Are you the commentator for tonight's race?
Hello everyone, as we come into the Austrian Grand Prix of qualifying 1, and now the lobby is looking quite full. As now we wait for one of the drivers to exit the pit lane, we now just need to wait. As an AlphaTauri is leaving the pit lane of YT Itex, leaving now, going for an out lap. As we follow him on the soft compounded tyre, probably for the best now. We follow him. As many more people come out for the outlap, we follow Paulio going for a quick run through the first turn. As many people are going out for the outlap. We follow Dark Assault 666 coming into turn 2, I believe. Taking the turn. As he's coming through the final 2 turns, now he can see he's going to go for the push lap now through the final 2 turns. Final turn, go a bit wide. Fine, he goes through. DRS open, goes for the lap. Going into turn 1. Oh, there's a spin! There's a spin for Dark Assault in the Mercedes. The McLaren of Mojo Doms has to avoid him in order to get past. That might be a real blow for him. As now we just follow Coolio 707 coming through. Oh, there's another yellow flag. What's happened now? What's happened? Why is there a yellow flag? Sector 2. Oh, the Wildstorm, slowing down. He's on the intermediate compounded tyre. We don't know what's happening. Mansworth is out of the qualifying session as the Haas of Quingen. As Coolio says, the fastest lap of the practice session was a 105.5 for Aston Martin. I don't know what the McLarens are doing. One on Inters, one on... Oh, there's a spin for NSR. As I was saying earlier, I don't know what the McLarens are doing going onto the wet compounded tyre in the intermediates. As YT Itex goes for a 110 as we follow SUS 345. As there's more yellow flags. Go through the final turn. To set his lap of a 104.9, fastest lap of the session so far. It's a very good job for SUS here. As now we follow TGF Bro E in the Williams coming in to turn 2 as Dark Assault has a 152. For the cause of that being his spin, there's more yellow flags as the Aston Martin does move out of the way. Good sportsmanship. As the Williams goes through the twisty turny section, more yellow flags there's yellow flags in every sector. As we follow TGF Bro E coming in through the final turn, setting his lap. Oh no, he goes into the pit. He's pitting as we're gonna follow now Panda 2000 Junior teammate to Max Murphy, who is out of the session, starting last on the grid, as there's yellow flags into sector 3, as we follow Panda going through the twisty turny section into the left-hander. As we go on board with him through the final turns, there's yellow flags in sector 2 and sector 3 as he pits as well, as we follow NVG Loman in second gear. What's happening to him? As he comes into the pits, we believe, following the white line. No, he goes for his lap. As we follow NVG Loman on his lap. Coming into the first turn. Can he beat Suss's 104? Still the first pole sitter of the session. As there was a snap for NVG Loman there. He comes into turn 3. There's yellow flags in sector 3 again. I don't know what's been happening. And there's yellow flags in sector 1. Can NVG Loman beat a 104.9 on his lap? He comes through to the double left-hander. Coming up now. Yellow flags in sector 2. What's happened here? He's come through the little section here. He's on it quite well. I still don't know what the McLarens are doing. One's on 2.5 old intermediates, one's on wets. But can NVG Loman beat the lap of Suss or 104.9? Can he or can he not? No, he can't. Darkasol gets a 107, beating his 154. We're going to follow the Alfa Romeo of It's Your Boy. Yellow flags in sector 1 and sector 2 again. As the Alfa Romeo come through the final corners. Yellow flag in sector 2. As the Alfa Romeo crosses the line for a 104.7, taking provisional pole. With a very good lap for the Alfa Romeo, it's your boy Alfie. And now, following NVG Loman on his lap. There's another retirement of the Alpine, and it's your boy Alfie gets a 5-place grid penalty. The pole sitter. Then NSR and it's your boy Alfie with a collision. As Panda on his out lap. Come through to maybe set his lap. You don't know. As the Wildstorm and the McLaren on the intermediate compounder tyres with a 113.2. I don't know what the McLarens are doing. There's yellow flags in sector 2. As there's 2 people needing to get out of Panda's way. The Alpha Tauri and I believe Delta Williams, I'm not sure. We go on board with Panda. Coming through into the double left-hander. And nobody's yet to get rid of It's Your Boy Alfie's pole lap. Provisional pole lap. What can Panda do on his lap? He comes through into the final 2 corners. Will he be able to take provisional pole with 9 minutes to go? Yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. Will he be able to take provisional pole? Yes, he can with a 104.3. Brilliant lap for Panda 2000 Junior. As NVG Loman comes into turn 1, I believe. And he's on 4 lap old softs. He's going for a push lap. Can he get rid of Panda 2000 Junior in the Red Bull? No, I believe he goes wide there. And there's only three or four drivers not to set a lap yet, being David, TGF3, MVG Loman and Mojo Doms. The only two people not to be setting a lap yet, with Max Murphy 1 and NSR out of the session. 8 minutes to go in Q1. As MVG Loman still isn't setting a lap and is going into the pit lane. As we watch Mojo Doms on the intermediates, where I don't know what he's doing. He's one of the only people not to set a lap. The other three in the pit lane, so he's going to have to change his tyres or he's out in Q1. Him and Dark Assault are the only people not in the pit lane at the moment, or in the pits, as David goes out for an outlap. As we follow Dark Assault 666, who did have a spin, has brought it back for a 104.4. So it's a very, very good lap from him, taking second place at the moment on the front row for the Grand Prix. If he keeps it, he come through. For the final sector, as Coolio, who did have the pole lap, does not have the pole lap anymore. He's now down in 7th. Can he fix something? As Dark Assault goes into the pits, we're going to follow Coolio on his outlap. As David RDV is also on his outlap. We're going to follow Coolio, the one who had a provisional pole, but it got taken away of him, and now he's down into 7th place. So, as he comes in to probably start his lap, DRS wide open. Can he get rid of Panda 2000 Junior? Provisional pole lap with 6 minutes to go of the session. MVG Loman, TGF3E and David need to set a lap now, as Mojo Doms does, but it's a really weird one, starting on the intermediate compound of tyre. Can Coolio improve his position? As the top 5 now being Panda 2000 Junior, Dark Assault, It's Your Boy Alfie, who does have a grid penalty for a collision with an NSR, Soft, 345 and YTE Itex being in the top 5. As he comes through the left-hander into the right one, into the final sector, as David is also going out for his lap. Can Coolio retake his provisional pole off Panda 2000 Junior? He goes a teensy bit wide there, coming through the final turn. Has he taken it off him? No, but he has taken 6th place. With his teammate in the Aston Martin got taken down to 8th, because David took a 7th lap, 7th off him with a 105.2. As Mojo Doms retires from the practice session, the qualifying session, as the Haas is turned round here. He is spun it in the first corner, and he's can't get it back round unless he's doing donuts on purpose. He tries to reverse, as he gets it back straight again. As now we're going to just follow MVG Loman, who does need to set a lap. It's just a Williams not setting a lap with 5 minutes to go. Can he set a good one? As 3 people are out of the qualifying. I don't know what happened to Max Murphy 1 or NSR, but there was a collision with It's Your Boy Alfie and NSR. And Mojo Doms on the intermediates with a 113.7. As MVG Loman starts his lap, DRS wide open into turn 1. As he comes down the straight, hits a bit of the curb. He's not gonna let that stop him. As he goes through on 4 lap old softs into turn 3, and he goes down the run. He gets the run down into turn 4. DRS again wide open, on board with him. As he breaks into the turn 4, I believe. As there is a tyre there, an intermediate. So that was Mojo Doms. He probably crashed out and left his tyre there. As the Wildstorm goes onto the medium compound of tyre. Maybe he could be setting a real lap this time. TGF Bro E really needs to set a lap. He needs to come out of the pits now. But MVG Loman comes into the final turn in 12th. Can he do anything? And he goes into 9th place with the Wildstorm retiring from the Grand Prix. TGF Bro E really needs to come out of the pits right now. But MVG Loman has set a lap for 9th place. 4 people are out of the session as we're on board with the Haas, the only Haas on the grid, I believe. And MVG Loman set a 106.0 on the dot. But is anyone else out? It's just these two. I believe MVG Loman is on an in lap. There goes the tyre again. He comes through into the double left-hander. TGF Bro E really needs to set a lap now. He's not coming out. That Alfa Romeo does come in, but there is an Alpha. Oh, and there's a big crash for Jude Loman. There's a big crash for Jude Loman, and he's out of the quality. Well, a lap for 9th. That's really setting back into 12th. That's terrible for him, as the Haas goes past him. Panda 2000 Junior still on the provisional pole up, as there we see the wreckage of MVG Loman. TGF Bro E really needs to come out of the pit lane. He's got 2 minutes to go around twice. I don't believe he's not gonna make it. Coolio is here. DRS is wide open into turn 1. Sorry, that's turn 3. Oh, it's yellow flags in sector 3 again. That is 5 people out of the qualifying session, being NSR, Max Murph, Mojo, MVG Loman and the Wildstorm, with TGF Bro E sitting in 11th because he hasn't set a lap. As we were on board with Coolio, who did have the fastest of all. Can he can he get it again? Take it off Panda, or can he improve his position at the moment? As he comes into the final corner, down the straight, DRS wide open. He does improve, he goes 4th fastest with a wide 4.7. Brilliant lap from Coolio. That's lovely from him. As now we're on board with YTX, probably going in for the final lap of this qualifying session for him. And DRS is wide open, on board. The number 13 AlphaTauri driver into turn 1. Can he improve with a 6th place? No. We don't believe he is going for a proper lap. We don't believe he can make a proper lap. He's slowing down way too early and he's not going for one. But David, if your boy Alfie retires from the Grand Prix, not the Grand Prix, the qualifying session, what's happened to him? As we're on board with David, can he improve his time? No. He sticks where he is. But he does have enough time for another lap. Can somebody order the yellow flags in sector 2 again? But can somebody get It's your boy Alfie down in the grid? He's out. He cannot improve his lap. That is now 6 people out of the first quali session. As the only people that are actually going for a lap or can do a lap is YCTX David and the Aston Martin. As David goes into the double left-hander, as YTX pits, that's his quali done. As there's yellow flags in sector 3, there's the tyre of MVG Loman, obviously being out of the Grand Prix. Not the Grand Prix, the quali, sorry. They go. As can David improve? No, he sticks 7th. But can the Aston Martin improve? No, he can't. He's finished, and the only other person is YTSX in the pits. That's the quality session over. As Panda 2000 Junior, the people that are knocked out of the quality session is NSR, Max Murph, Mojo Doms, and MVG Loman. Surprisingly, TGF Bro E staying in the session without setting a lap. That is very lucky for him. Sadly, NSR and Maximus did not get a chance to set a lap. As we see, Dark Assault. The top 3 drivers are Panda, Dark Assault, and it's your boy Alfie. But it's your boy Alfie does have a time penalty. As we go into Q2 in Austria, and TGF-E has somehow managed to get himself into the top 10. I think it's the top 10. As we're just waiting now, it is the top 11 as everyone is in the pit lane. Who's going to be the first one to come out? In Q2, we have 15 minutes now. As there is somebody coming out. Is that an Alpha Tauri? That is an Alpha Tauri. Who's coming out? Is that YTX? YTX and someone else is coming out. Well, YTX is out first. Once again. As who else came out? Coolio came out. And then here comes everyone else coming out from their boxes. We're gonna follow YTX's slows. We're gonna follow Coolio. As there's only one Williams, one Red Bull, and one McLaren in this session. The others got knocked out. There is obviously one Alpha and one Alfa Romeo and one Haas, but no, there wasn't a second seat there available at the time. As we follow Coolio, he did have the fastest of all lap in Q1, which got taken away. He got down to P7 by Panda. Can Panda do it again? As we're gonna go with Coolio going to set his lap. He's coming into the first double right-hander of the last 2 turns. As the only people in the pits are TGF-E, Dark Assault, and it's your boy Alfie. As we see Coolio going in through to try and set his lap. First person to try and set the lap, with the Aston Martin following suit, his teammate. And you can just see the Aston Martin's in the shot. As the Haas also going for a lap. There's a bit of curve for Coolio, as many people are now going for the lap with the Wildstorm. As many people are going onto the medium compound tyre. 4 of them actually, with the Wildstorm, who somehow managed to get through on intermediates. The Dark Assault 666 on medium, Panda 2000 Junior with the pole lap, with the fastest lap last time on medium, trying to get through, see if he can use the softs for the race. And it's your boy Alfie also on mediums. We follow Coolio. What's the time that he can get? He gets a 105.5, but his teammate gets a 105.1, offsetting for him. As we follow YTX coming through the final left-hander. As we see a Mercedes behind that we might think that's all Dark Assault, we don't know yet. But YTX comes through into the fast right-handers, the final 2 turns of the Austrian Grand Prix in qualifying. Can he get rid of the 105.1? No, it doesn't set a lap. So we'll follow Panda 2000 Junior coming through the same car of YTX. The fast right-handers, but he's coming into the pits. He's gone into the pits as he followed the Dark. Oh, nobody's set a lap yet, other than the 2 Aston Martins. First people to set a lap, first team. As Dark Assault comes through turn 3, trying to speed off, does get DRS, isn't using it however. Is he going to go for a lap? As TGF-E is finally going for a lap, after narrowly making it into Q2. Oh, and he goes off the track. Oh, there's a Wildstorm on the mediums, sets a 105.0. within the mediums for the McLaren. Very well done comparing to his last lap. As we follow YTSX. Now coming through quickly, hoping to set the lap time that he wants to try and take. Oh no, he spins it! Is that him out of the ground? Is that him out of the session? No, he just stays in by a narrow margin. That's going to really hurt his chances of getting a good lap. With him now having damage and having to repair all of it. As now, we're on board with TGF Pro E coming through to try and set his lap. Can he? Oh, the Mercedes have not done a really good job. 12 seconds off and 14 seconds off, while the Haas has been 1.5 seconds off. As now we see the Williams of TGF Pro E, his teammate Envy Loman knocked out with a crash in Q1. We hope he's okay. And Panda goes out for his out lap. TGF Pro E on the soft compound of tyre. With the RS wide open into turn 3, through the kink of turn 2. As we see, he goes past the Aston Martin of the green car. And now there's yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Nobody's out of the session, though YTSX almost had it out. Almost went out with that crash in the final 2 turns. Luckily, he stays in the session, unlike the 5 people before him. As now we see TGF Pro E going through the final corners. Can he set a lap? The number 2 the driver with the number 2, DRS wide open. He sets a 5/10 lap, and it's a 1:05.5 as he's sitting on the pit wall. Definitely happy with his lap as we go now on board, well, with Panda 2000 Junior, the fastest of all last time. Can he do it again on the mediums this time? But we've seen the Wildstorm be able to do it. He did get a 1:04. Does the tyres care? Does he care about the tyres as he goes through the final 2 turns? As YTSX fixing his damage, knowing that he is now okay, fixing the damage as Panda with the 1:04.6. He doesn't care about the tyre, but Dark Assault with another 1:04.6. But it's a 1:04.63. Brilliant lap from the Mercedes with Dark Assault, offsetting the fastest of all in Q1. Very good drive from him. As we're now like 7 minutes left. We have 7 minutes left. There's only 2 in the 1:04. The Wildstorm coming close. It's all the mediums. All of them on the mediums. As now we are following YT6 DRS wide open. He does need to set a lap. It's the 2 AlphaTauris who need to set one. As he goes past the Mercedes. Sus with a 1:19.9. Really needs to improve before to get into Q3. Into the double left-hander comes YTSX on the soft, comparing to his teammate on the mediums. Can YTSX use the tyre advantage and get a good lap in? There's a lot of people now on the mediums. A lot of people have changed off the soft, so that means the YTSX goes for the lap. He gets P5 with a 1:05.0, same as the Wildstorm, but the Wildstorm goes quicker. As now, the only person not set a lap is his AlphaTauri teammate of David RDV. Will he be able to set a lap? That would put him into Q3 at the moment. He goes through the left-handers, into the final left-hander, into the right-hander of the lap, last right-handers of the lap. As we see, he's the only one in his entire sector. As he comes through the final turns. Oh, he's in the pits. Still not setting the lap. He has 6 minutes to go. Can he set his lap? As we're on board with Coolio. First person to set a lap. And can he set a good one? As the Haas also needing to improve. With Sus. With a 1:19.9. if he doesn't improve quickly, he's not getting out of Q2. Sitting in a P10 if David does not set a lap. The front runners are in. All of the front runners are in the pits with YCSX on that out lap. As we see, Coolio, no DRS, not improving his time. So we go on board with the Haas, the only Haas on the grid this time. Can he set a good enough lap to get him away from the drop zone? As Dark Soul still with the fastest ball, 5 minutes left. Can somebody take it off him? Can Panda take it off him? Can he go back to back with the fastest, or will he think he's alright for now and needs to save everything he can for Q3, the most important session if you get there? As we see, the Haas going through his lap does not improve, but can he improve this time? As the Aston Martin now on the mediums, YCSX is now in P5 as we follow the Aston Martin into the pits. He goes. Does he? Or does he? No, he doesn't. He has to avoid somebody such as Coolio, his teammate, not setting a better lap, making his teammate avoid him. Coolio is on 8 lap old softs. Has Coolio pitted once? That is the biggest question. And it's a big surprise that nobody's out of the session. Still, YTX did have that crash, but it's not set him off at all. As we see the Haas going wide through the double left-handers. As there's only 3, as he goes wide again onto the gravel. There's only 3 people, 4 people, 5 people out. Dark Assault is just trying to make sure he can stick to the fastest of all in Q2. 3 minutes and a half left. And the Haas doesn't improve his position, as we're going to follow Dark Assault. As he comes out and comes straight back in, we're going to follow David RDV, the teammate of P5 AlphaTauri YTX, as he goes. DRS wide open, as you can see there. Coolio with the 8 lap hole softs, he has not improved. He has improved. No, he hasn't. Coolio has not improved, nor is the Haas. Nobody's improved their positions as far as I know. But can David finally set his lap? 2 minutes to go. Can he finally set the lap that he needs? He comes through into the double right-hander, the quick ones. Can he get the lap that he needs? That one lap. Just needs to get like a 104 or 105.0 and he's through. The lap doesn't set. The lap doesn't set. David can get another lap in, or can get another lap done, as we follow Sus, who does need to improve. He is one of the people that needs to improve massively. Can he find 15 seconds of his lap? That's probably going to be easy, since it's not that hard to get a 1-0 something on this track. He just must have had a spin. As there's the Aston Martin. What is the Aston Martin doing? Just sitting there. You won't know who that is. But that is not very good of him. As Sus needs to get through the final sectors. Dark Assault still with the fastest of all lap. Sus really needs to improve. Can he or can he not? And Sus improves with the fastest of all lap. What a lap! From 119 to 104. Brilliant lap by Sus. With only a minute to go. What a lap! Well done to the other Mercedes drivers. It's a 1-2 in the Q2. It's 1-2 in Q2. Brilliant lap from Sus here, as we're on board with him the whole time. Brilliant lap. As somebody who's stuck over there, we believe that's David, who went severely wide. Does he have enough time to set a lap? If not, he's going to be straight away out. Coolio with 11 lap old tyres. We're going to follow him for a little bit, see how he does. I have 30 seconds left. It's a brilliant lap by Sauce. The only 3 people that can probably beat him now is David, Coolio, and the other Aston Martin. As we follow Coolio on his 11 lap old softs, they must be getting worn now. We don't believe he can set a good lap with 11 lap old softs. With 8 seconds left. Sus, all the Mercedes, the Red Bull, the Alfa Romeo, the McLaren, and YTSX, TJ Pretty, and the Haas, all finishing their lap. Can Coolio get out of the drop zone? This is now or never for him. Can he get into Q3 in the Austrian Grand Prix? As we follow his teammate as well, can Coolio improve? We're going to follow his teammate. Both DRS wide open. Coolio cannot improve, nor can his teammate, as that is Q2 finished with the top 3 being Stas, Dark Assault, and Panda. Brilliant that by Stas in the dying moments of qualifying 2, as only David is out. Only David is out. It's the top 10 shootout, and Dark Assault, Panda, Ishboy Alfie, and Wildstorm, and YTSX all setting their laps on mediums. This could be a massive strategic error from everyone else, seeing that David has not set a lap. They could have gone on the mediums and they would have done everything well. Sauce, the top 3 being Sauce, Dark Assault, and Panda 2000 Junior. So, and as we're ending Q2 now, we're going to go into Q3. And now, the final qualifying session, the top 10 shootout. Who can set the pole lap? And who's going to be on the front row for the Austrian Grand Prix? As 2 people are going out of YTSX, again being the first person out of the pit lane, as that of Coolio's Aston Martin teammate, going past him as YTSX and the Aston Martin going for an outlap. The first 2 out. We're going to follow YTSX. Now, as Panda is on an outlap, Coolio is on an outlap. Can Panda get his pole back? He was 3rd. He knew it was enough to get him into the top 10 shootout. As we're on board with YTSX, going through the double left-hander. Now, can he set the fastest lap he's ever done in Austria? As we see, the only person that was out in Q2 was David, as everyone's forced onto the soft compounder tyre. As YTSX comes around the final right-hander, that's where he crashed in Q2. And he starts to set his lap now, as many people are now on the outlap. As we see YTSX coming into the turn 1, perfect turn, as the Haas is there. What's going to happen? Oh, that was close. Seeing the Haas and the Alpha Tauri, that was a bit close for comfort. As into turn 3, front brakes are hot as hell, and DRS is wide open. Who can set the best lap in 10 minutes time? The only person out in the pits is It's Your Boy Alfie with a 5-second grid penalty with a collision with NSR in Q1. That must have been devastating for NSR. However, we move on and we follow YTSX into the final corners, the double right-hander, the quick ones. Probably the quickest corners on the track. And the air is wide open. Can he set the best lap? It's a 1:04.7. That has been a very good lap in every qualifying session we have had today. That has been a very, very good lap from YTX, as Coolio cannot get into the 104s this time. And Pando bringing back his crown on provisional pole for 1:04.2. It's a brilliant lap. That's probably the fastest we've seen today. Very, very good lap. And who are we going to follow now? We're going to follow TGF3E. Oh, there was someone in the gravel. The Haas was in the gravel. Oh, what happened there? Oh, we move on from that. TGF3E coming around the final corner. Setting a 1:04.9. Getting in the 1:04 has proved difficult for him, but he has done it now, where it matters most. Can he set it for the front row or the second row? The 1:04 has been very good for people, so that is a very good lap from the Williams. As we see, Sus, quickest of all, last qualifying session, Q2, as he's probably going to set his lap. Coming through the right-hander into the double right-hander, quickest corners on the track. Oh, he slows. He's going into the pit lane. We believe. Slowing down like that? No. He's probably going to set his lap now. Why is he slowing down? Sus, what's happened to you? Alright, we're going to follow Dark Assault. The further up Mercedes. We have 7.5 minutes left. It's your boy Alfie and the Wildstorm, both in the pits, not setting a lap. Can Dark Assault in the Mercedes save himself from embarrassment and get to the first or second row? He has proved to do it before in Q2 and in Q1. He was on the front row if there was only one qualifying for both of them. So he's been doing really, really well. As the Martin does unset TGF3E with a 1:04.948. That's really close between them two, but it's unlucky for TGF3E. Will he improve though? That is the biggest question. As we see Dark Assault now, beautifully coming through the final corners. And he sets a lap of a 1:04.6. He's done it before. He's done it again. Provisionally, he's on the front row. But Panda, provisional pole with a 1:04.2. Nobody can set a faster lap time than that, surely. It's a brilliant lap by him, as he is, as a Williams of TGF is probably coming out and coming in. And we're going to follow the Haas. Is he coming into the pits? Have we followed the wrong person? Yes, we have. We're going to follow the Aston Martin, offsetting into the pits again. You know, we're going to follow YTX. On board with him. He's on his out lap. Can he improve his time? Second row he is. And he definitely can gain another 10th. So it is possible for him to offset Dark Assault. We have 5 minutes to go. The Wildstorm, Sus, Haas, and it's your boy Alfie really needing to set that lap. If Alfie can get really high up the field, really high up the pecking order, such as a pole or P2, that's really good considering he has a penalty. As we're following now, YTS on his lap. Can he improve? Can he find the 10th? No, he spins! Oh, can he keep it together? Oh, he spun it round. Can he avoid every car on the track? He goes onto the runoff. Oh, that's terrible for him. He could have improved, but he spun it. He's lucky if he's kept it out of the wall. That's the second spin he has had in qualifying. We're going to follow Coolio now with a 1:05.3, the only person not to have a 1:04. Can he change that? As yellow flags as the Haas moves out of the way. Brilliant stuff by him. as he is on an outlap. The Wildstorm, somehow starting on the intermediate compound of tyre, has managed to get in Q1, has managed to get into Q3. With 4 minutes to go, the Haas, Sauce, the Wildstorm and Alfie need to set a lap. It's not looking very good for him because Alfie is in the pits. Is there damage? Could he carry on? So I thought somebody... Oh, the Wildstorm! I haven't even realised! The Wildstorm was a 104.2! He's taking second out of Dark Assault's hands. What a lap, but still has not offset Panda. As his Red Bull teammate Max Murphy was out. Hasn't was out in Q1 with a spin or something, we don't know. Calling this a 104.8! Everyone's in the 104s. TJ Froty was third. That's the one stopped. He stopped on the track. That's a bit dangerous. However, TJ Froty was P3, but he has now moved down to P7. Can he improve? As we're going to follow Sus, who was fastest of all in Q2. Can he offset Panda or the Wildstorm for the front row of the grid with 3 minutes to go? He did it last time. Can he do it again in the nick of time? The Wildstorm's still out. Can he improve? Sus. Oh, it's a 104.4 getting third. It's a quick time, but not quick enough to get rid of Panda or the Wildstorm's front row. The only two people who cannot set a lap is the Haas, who we believe could be setting a now lap, and then it's Boy Alfie, who will be getting, if he doesn't pit, will be able to set a lap, and we're now on board with the Haas. Coming in through the first turn, DRS wide open, needing to set his lap. Now, as he comes through into turn 3, past the kink, as Panda, oh no, he's spun! Oh, that's terrible for the Haas. As it's your boy Alfie going for his lap, can't, because the Haas span. Will that hurt his chances? But can the Haas get another lap? Can he get the lap done? It's going to be very tight for him. And TJ Froty in the pits doesn't think he can improve. As Dark Soul offsets his teammate, there's literally hundreds of seconds between the first, second and third. Dark Assault with another well done lap, gaining 4/10 off his last time. And now we're on board with Alfie. Does this offset him? The spin. He is now going to set his lap. As the grid right now, what it's looking like is Panda, the Wildstorm, then Dark Assault. The top 3 drivers. We haven't seen much of the Wildstorm, but he's shown up in Q3. All these yellow flags in Sector 2. YTX could improve his lap. He is on his outlap. Would he be able to snatch another lap as we follow your boy Alfie? As Dark Assault with the fastest lap, provisional pole in the nick of time with a 104.0. Panda needing to improve if he can get that pole position. But what a lap by Dark Assault. We've just been following the Alfa Romeo, but we haven't even seen him with a purple lap time. What a lap. What a lap. Yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Can each boy Alfie set a time? It's a very good time for P4 on the grid, as the has set to 107 last. We're going to go on board with Panda. He has to improve if he wants pole, but does he improve? No. We heard there might be an engine issue with Panda, but Dark Assault, give him a round of applause. That was a brilliant lap for pole, unless the Wildstorm or if Boy Alfie can have anything to say about that. As it's your boy Alfie coming through, following him again, and he's spun! It's your boy Alfie spun, he cannot improve his time. He's spun in a very unusual place. As it's your boy Alfie retires in P4 as the Wildstorm beats Panda's time. We have to go on board with Panda. He is finished. Panda is in P3. YTSX in the pits. He cannot improve his time. The only person that can improve anything is the Haas, but he comes into the pits as well. It's Dark Assault with Pole and the Wildstorm in P2 on the front row, and Panda offset into P3 by having provisional pole pretty much the whole qualifying section. That is very sad, but the grid order is looking something like this, as Ichigo Alfie is starting P9, so TJ Pretty can improve his time, can improve his position, because Ichigo Alfie does have the penalty. So the grid is looking like Dark Assault, then it's the Wildstorm, then it's Panda, then it's Sus in P4, then it's YTSX in P5, and then Coolio in P6 because of Alfie's penalty. And then we have the other Aston Martin moving up, and the only person that's staying where they are is the Haas. As many invalidated laps, many invalidated laps, as Panda does get the invalidated lap, which means he couldn't improve. And everyone just exceeded their track limits, no corner cutting, just an exceeding of track limits. Not very good for them, as I'll be seeing you in the race. It's lights out for the formation lap. I believe it's a formation lap, as there's a DSQ already for the Haas. They're going to see everybody's tyre, as many people starting on the mediums. Dark Assault, Wildstorm, Panda 2000 Junior, YTSX, Ichiboy Alfie, NVG Loman, Mojo, and NSR all starting on the medium compound tyre. We're going to just go on board with the whole man, Dark Assault, with a 104.0. Brilliant lap by him. His predicted strategy is either a 2-stop or a 1-stop, from mediums to hards, or from mediums to softs. As we're going to follow him on the formation lap, the number 42 Mercedes driver. His teammate Sus on the softs. Oh. And the only people on the softs, there's more mediums than softs, I believe, with Sus, the two Aston Martins, TJ4E, David, and Max Murphy 1 all starting on the softs, with Alfie is having the grid penalty, as there's a big train of the cars and everyone's reforming the grid. Only one DSQ of the Haas, 15 drivers, 36 laps, only one winner, and who will it be? We see all the drivers reforming their grid, with Max Murphy 1, NSR, Mojo Doms, NVG Loman, and David, the only people not getting into Q3, with 4 of them crashing out in Q1. As now, everyone's as the final grid reform is happening. And we go 2, 5 red lights. Everyone's just waiting for everything to happen. 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And there is many overtakes as we follow the leader, still leading into turn 1. As we go down the grid. Oh, there's a crash! There's a crash! The Haas has lost its front wing, with Max Verstappen with a brilliant start, moving to 11th place from 14th. As MG Lumen and Max Verstappen are fighting. As we follow their little battle there, Max Verstappen gets the lead, but there's a massive incident for the Haas. Is that his race ruined? As we see, many people are moving up the field. The Wildstorm now in P1, overtaking Dark Assault. We're going to follow Max Murph. His predicted strategy, probably softs to mediums. That's the best strategy for him. The one stop so he can get positions with the pit lane. We don't believe he's going to go on to the 2 stop, as that is terrible, terrible news for the Haas. Nobody's out, but there's yellow flags into Sector 2 and Sector 3. We're going to go on board with YTSX, Wildstorm with 110, definitely going to be improved, as there's a little fight going on, as there's a lunge down the inside. Oh, and there's a penalty for that Aston Martin, 3 seconds for multiple warnings, as TJ4E, NSR and the Haas pitting, and oh, TJ4E gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is terrible, terrible news, as the Dark Assault gets into P1 on board with him, as there is the Wildstorm trying to go down the inside. It's not really good camera for this, but he passes him. That is a very good move, as Panda gets overtaken by Sauce. There's a brilliant battle going on behind them. As YTX in that Alpha Tauri. Oh, there's a big crash. There's a very, very big crash. As there's 3 people out of the Grand Prix. That's Panda, Dark Assault, and YTX all out of the Grand Prix because of Dark Assault's spin. That is terrible, terrible, terrible. Red Bull counting on Max Verstappen, as there's a safety car on the track. Max Verstappen brilliantly going into P6. MG Lumen following suit in a good stop into P8. Oh my god. There's 3 people out on the 3rd lap. As we're on board with Max Verstappen, the McLaren's in a 1-2 position at the moment. And the Haas is just having a terrible race with a drive-through penalty. Sus pits, probably with damage to his car from the massive accident that happened on track. As Coolio is the last person, we see NVG Loman. As David gets a 3-second penalty, many penalties in the first 3 laps. And now we see NVG Loman. We're on board with him. As everyone has pitted, he's the closest person to the safety car that's not in the queue. As we see the penalties, there's a drive-through, a 5-second and 2 3-seconds. That's where the massive crash happened. As you see the position changes, with Mojo going up 11 places into P2, Max Verstappen with 8 places up, and it's a very good race for Max Verstappen, crashing out in Q1 as the safety car goes out for another lap into lap 4. 3 people out already. It's not very good for Red Bull, AlphaTauri or Mercedes, as Mercedes are counting on Sus, Red Bull counting on Max Verstappen, and AlphaTauri are counting on David with a penalty. It's alright though, because TJ4E is only 4 seconds away and it is a safety car, so everyone's going to be slow, so it wasn't that bad. Oh! Max Verstappen with a penalty, and apparently there's a severe collision with David. Another penalty for David with a 5-second. That is terrible news for Max Murph. Red Bull really counting on him. I believe that could be unfair. There was almost another collision. Everyone's in a really weird spaces. Coolio almost colliding with Max Murphy 1, having to stop for David. As we see him, is the safety car restarting? It was safety car coming in this lap. Oh, there's a bit of lag for Max Murphy 1. Oh, the safety car is staying out for another lap. One more lap of safety car, so the Haas and TTF Pro E and everyone else is looking fine, even though they're pitted. There is still the penalties, which is very terrible news for Max Murphy 1, David, TTF Pro E, and the Haas, with also the other Aston Martin with a penalty as well. But Panda, where is Panda? Oh yeah, Panda's out, being the fastest three, except for Wildstorm, are out. They're out. Dark Assault spin in the fast left-handers in the middle sector has caused YT Itex and Panda 2000 Junior. Oh, there's another crash. Oh my god, these penalties are so unfair. With David looking up, so Max has to stop, and Max gets a penalty for colliding with him. I don't believe the penalty should count. It's terrible for everybody who has one under the safety car. It's severely unfair. But the safety car should be coming in this lap, because of the debris that is cleaned up now. The grid order of the top 10, or might as well do the top 12, is the Wildstorm, Mojo, the other Aston Martin, it's your boy Alfie, David, Max Murph, Coolio, MVG Loman, Sauce, NSR, TGF Pro E, and the Haas. That is the grid order, with YTX, Panda, and Dark Assault out of the Grand Prix. With another 31 laps to go. Is another safety car? Is something dramatic going to happen? Will the leaders collide? The safety car staying out for another lap with it's your boy Alfie in the pits, with Coolio following suit, going into the pit lane. The safety car staying out for a long time. This was a very big crash after all. But now the pack is all bunched up. Are they going to go up? Are they going to follow the leader, the Wildstorm? He has finessed his way into... Oh, Peter retiring from the session. What has happened? What happened? TJ Ferrari, did he spin? What happened? There's another DNF. We're going to go on board with Coolio to see if we can see what happened to him. There's a DNF. That's 4 DNFs. That's going to extend the safety car. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Okay. The safety car's going to have to stay up for longer because TJ Ferrari's retirement. Oh, never mind. The safety car's in this lap. They thought it was up to too long race control. And they brought it in. Max Murphy won now on P5. As David, another penalty for a collision with Max Murph. Max has a 15-second penalty. There's a many penalties. Max Murph with a 20-second time penalty. He's going to get unfairly disqualified too. I was going to go with Max, as MVG Loman just goes around the outside of absolutely everybody. Max Murphy, another collision! Max Murphy won! Is he disqualified? How is he? How? He's got a 25-second time penalty. What is even the point of racing for him? Coolio left. As Max is pitting 4 mediums with Sus. Oh, Max has damage. Oh, and they had to do penalty. Max does have damage as Coolio gets out ahead of him. This is very bad for Max Murphy 1. As we're gonna now, we are all racing now with the Wildstorm leading the Grand Prix, almost a second ahead of his teammate in the McLaren, Mojo Doms. Max Verstappen winning here in real life, Can the Wildstorm follow suit in Rmrl? As Jude Loman gets a 3-second time penalty, on board with him, multiple warnings. As the Wildstorm sits on 107, Isha Boy Alfie sits on 106. As the Wildstorm is pulling away from absolutely everybody, with Max Murph and Sus not having the best of races here. As Max Murph gets a 3-second time penalty again. How many penalties has he had? He's had two too many. 23 seconds now. This is very, very bad for Max Murph. We're going to follow the Wildstorm for quite a while. We're going to follow him into the double left-hander. It's very cloudy. There could be some rain with the conditions and the clouds, what they're looking like. I wasn't able to see the forecast, but the clouds look very, very bad. And now DRS has now been enabled. But the Wildstorm is so far away, he's not going to affect him. Oh, there's an overtake as David gets a penalty for multiple warnings. So we're going to follow the Aston Martin here. DRS wide open. Can he get into P2? Oh, is that rain? There's rain. There is rain. Forecasted. It must have been forecasted, but there is rain. We can see it there. And if we go on board, we can see it on the camera and the halo. You can just see the little droplets of rain. When is it going to be time? As Max Murphy 1 just having a terrible race with another 3-second time penalty. But the question is, when is the time? As the Aston Martin we are following does get a penalty. Migrating Ho. And Sus has left the session. As NSR gets a penalty. We don't know what could happen. As the rain is gonna hammer down sooner rather than later. Does David think it's the time to pit? Is his time to pit for intermediates? It is his time to pit. He does have a penalty, which is not very good, but he is pitting. And we believe the Haas is following suit. As David is on the inters. Is the Haas going to follow him, or is it too early? As Jude Loman gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limit. Oh, there's a crash! There's a crash! There is a crash! Collier goes past it. There's yellow flags all over. Max Murphy retired from the session. Wildstorm retired. Oh my god. There's no one in the bloody session. Must have been the wet weather. Many people have DNF'd the race. As the McLarens have figured out to pit now. And the McLaren has figured out to pit now rather than face the consequences of his teammate. What? Are we seeing him pit onto the softs? Why are we seeing the McLaren pit onto the softs? That's a terrible blunder. Surely that's bad. There's been so many retirements. It's awful. If I can count that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 retirements. There's only 7 people left. And David gets another penalty. Oh, and David spun it. Is he good enough in the wet to hold out? Oh, and there's another penalty for the Aston Martin ignoring yellow flags. And David's out. Everybody's out of this Grand Prix, of the wet weather, killing it. But there's only 2 people under the safety car, or not on wet tyres. As you can see, there is more and more rain. There is guaranteed points ever since there's only 6 people in the session. As Mojo Doms is just not driving. As you see, Alfie not driving as well. Many people have just left the session entirely. They've given up. It's a lot of DNFs today. I believe there's a restart. There's a restart, as we're seeing. There's a restart. As we're joining the new session, there's a restart of the race. Since there were so many people out, they thought just to restart it. Joining the session taking quite a while.